Good morning, children. You know that we are dealing with 100 dresses, part 2. Let me tell you in brief what happened. In part 1, Wanda Petrowski, that family came and settled in America. They came from Poland, and when the story started, it's Monday, and Wanda Petrowski did not come to school, and nobody observed that. And Tuesday also she did not come, and nobody observed that. And Wednesday, her classmates Peggy and Maddie, they were waiting for her to make fun of her, and she did not come. Wanda did not come, so they came late to the school. That made them observe that Wanda was absent to the school. And then next day also they did not wait for her. They came back to school because that was the day they were going to get the result for their drawing competition. When they entered the school, the entire classroom, everything was decorated with beautiful colors of dresses designed, and everybody were really amazed to see those dresses. Before that, Maddie thought that Peggy was going to get the prize, but when she entered the class, when she saw that, she was really surprised. And when the teacher came and told that from their class, room number 13, one girl, instead of giving just one or two, she gave 100 beautiful dresses for the competition, and each and every dress was worth to give first prize. And that girl was no other than Wanda Petrowski, and she was absent and she missed all the applauses of the entire class. And then both Maddie and Peggy, they were surprised and they were really amazed to see those beautiful dresses. And then in that day, after some time, they received a letter. This is from second part. They received a letter from Wanda's father that they were leaving the school. Nobody, and Wanda or her brother was not going to come to. They were not going to come to school. So when he gave that information, everybody was puzzled. Then he even mentioned the information that they were making fun of the name of her daughter, so she did not want to come to school. So that day, after that, the remaining part of the school, Maddie was really restless. She did not know what to do. And then she looked at Peggy. Peggy was doing very seriously working. And after the school, she wanted to go and find out whether Wanda left the city or not. So when even Peggy also thought the same thing, both of them went and searched. But by the time they went there, the house was locked and nobody was there in the house. So they came back disappointed. And then entire day, Maddie was started thinking about how she was feeling so bad, that how she took a decision telling that she was not going to make anybody else to tease like how Wanda felt. She was going to stop all those things. She took the decision. Till that we have completed, and now look at that part 2 only, last part of that. So on Saturday, so lesson started on Monday, now we are on Saturday. On Saturday, Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Wanda Petrowski. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling Wanda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were, and they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They had meant to say that they were sorry, but it ended up with their just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend, and they signed with lots of X's for love. They mailed the letter to Boggins Heights, writing, "Please forward" on the envelope. So now what happened? Maddie entire day spent with Peggy. So, and then what they were doing, they were writing letter to Wanda. In that letter, they just wanted to say sorry, but they did not write like that. They just wrote the information telling that she won the prize and how was the school and how was her new teacher and where was she living. All that information they asked, and finally they ended up the letter telling that with lots of X's for love. X's for love means they were nothing but kisses. That was the information, that was the thing what they were used in those days. X's for love. They made on that to Bogin's Heights, telling that please forward that letter to Vanda wherever she was living. Days passed and there was no answer, but the letter did not come back. So maybe Vanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. Weeks went by and still Vanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speeches about Vanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease her with how many dresses have you got? And before Vanda could press her lips together in a tight line the way she did before answering, Maddie could cry out, "Stop!" Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. So now what happened? They wrote the letter and they posted the letter, but they did not get the letter back. So they felt that maybe Vanda was really feeling bad, and that's why she did not write the letter to them. And days passed, weeks passed, and Peggy had forgotten the business, but Maddie was the one who could not forget anything. The way that they made fun of this Vanda. Then what happened? At night time when she was sleeping, she used to write conversations in her mind, like the people around her were making fun of Vanda, and she was telling everybody, "Stop this," and everybody were feeling ashamed as she used to feel, and then that's how she started writing the dialogues with her to not able to forget what happened. Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground, Christmas bells, and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school, before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. So that was December month and their holidays were there, and before the holidays they decorated the class, and that's how they decorate the Christmas tree, and that was there in their classroom. And then that last day they received a letter from Vanda. They received a letter, and now the teacher was reading that letter. You remember Vanda Petrovsky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest? Well, she has written me, and I'm glad to know where she lives because now I can send her medal. I want to read her letter to you. So she told that that letter was written by Vanda, and she was very happy that she came to know where Vanda was living now, so that she could send the medal what she won for that 100 beautiful dresses. The class sat up with a sudden interest and listened intently. So they just wanted to listen the letter what Vanda has written. Dear Miss Mason, how are you and room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I would like the girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. For Christmas, I miss that school and my new teacher does not equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Vanda Petrovsky. So she wrote a letter telling that the students, the girls can take all that 100 dresses, and then she told that especially for Peggy, Peggy can take that green dress with red trimmings and Maddie can take the blue dress, and then she wished everybody, and she also told that the new teacher was not as, that she could not equalize her, Miss Mason. Okay, now on the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy heard their drawings very carefully. All the houses had wreaths and holly in the windows. Outside the grocery shop, hundreds of Christmas trees were set, and in the window, candy, peppermint sticks and cornucopias of shiny transparent paper well stuffed. The air smelled like Christmas and light shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. So that was Christmas and everywhere it was decorated. So wreaths and holly, that is the wreath which is the one which they decorate that, and holly is the tree which they use to decorate that wreaths. And then this cornucopus as the flowers and fruits what they decorate there and keep that. So these are the things they were seeing, and everywhere they could see the Christmas festival celebrations everywhere. They were really happy. Boy, said Peggy, this shows she really likes us. It shows she got our letter and this is her way of saying that everything is alright. And that's that. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight-lipped polished girl again and couldn't even really make things right between them. So Peggy told that, wow, this means that when she gave us these beautiful pictures of the dresses, this means that she must have excused us. She was not feeling so bad as we thought. So, okay. So, Maddie told, I hope so. But somewhere in her, she was feeling that she could not meet that Polish girl and she could not bring a proper rapport between that, and that making her feeling sad and not able to tell her sorry was there in her mind. Still, she could not become normal. She went home and she pinned her drawings over the torn place in a pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. The shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. Maddie sat down on her bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood up and said nothing, but Wanda had been nice to her anyway. So she kept that room, and then she was looking at the picture. She was thinking about Wanda, that she was really very nice. Tears blurred her eyes and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid that she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing. But it looked like her, Maddie. It really looked like her. Her own mouth. Why it really looked like her own self? Wanda had really drawn this for her. Excitedly she ran over to Peggy's. Peg, she said, let me see your drawing. So when she was looking at the drawing, the colors were so beautiful that she could not even notice the face of that drawing. Now she started observing that. She felt like the drawing, the face, she could feel that it was Maddie. Her features were there in that drawing. So she was really excited and ran to Peggy and asked Peggy, show your drawing. What's the matter? Asked Peggy as they pattered up her room where Wanda's drawings was lying face down on the bed. Maddie carefully raised it. So the picture was down and she opened that very carefully. And Peggy was asking what happened. Look, she drew you. That's you, she exclaimed. And the head and the face of this picture did look like Peggy. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie. And she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Wanda standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard, looking stolidly over at the ground of laughing girls after she had walked off, after she had said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. So, yes, she must have. So after seeing that, Maddie also now started feeling that, yes, I feel that definitely she must have excused her. And then when she was talking, whenever she recollected Wanda and her face, the tears started rolling down her face, and then she wiped them and she could imagine Wanda standing there with the tight lips, and all the girls were asking her how many dresses, and then she was replying, all 100 lined up in my closet. That's how she recollected that, and now she felt little bit happy with the feeling that yes, Vanda really excused me. With that note, maybe the story ended. Okay, now oral comprehension check. What did the girls write to Vanda? Did they get a reply? Who was more anxious for a reply? Peggy or Maddie? How do you know? How did the girls know that Vanda liked them even though they had teased her? Okay, I think you can go back and read the lesson and then write that. So now this is thinking the textbook. Why did you think Vanda's family moved to a different city? Do you think life there was going to be different for their family? Yes, because there will be many people and nobody will make fun of Vanda's name. So definitely they must have felt that. Maddie thought her silence was as bad as Peggy's teasing. Was she right? Definitely yes. Maybe Peggy would have stopped if she opened her mouth and told her. Because even Peggy was also not that bad girl. That was already told. Peggy says, I never thought she had a sense to know we were making fun of her anyway. I thought she was too dumb and gay. Look how she can draw. What led Peggy to believe that Wanda was dumb? Did she change her opinion later? You can read, go back and read that and then write that. What important decision did Maddie make? Why did she have to think hard to do so? Why do you think Wanda gave Maddie and Peggy the drawings of the dresses? Why were they surprised? Do you think Wanda really thought the girls were teasing her? Why or why not? This is what you can think correct, you can write there. Okay, children? Now, after this, there were very few exercises which are not grammar part. It is about the vocabulary. You can go through that and then complete all the exercises whatever are there at the end of the lesson. They are very easy. You can do that. Okay. With that, we completed the lesson 100 dresses part 1 and also part 2. Thank you.